Alrighty, hey everybody. Hey. How is everybody doing today? Oh man, what a busy day for me. Let me know if everything sounds good. Let me go ahead and minimize this. Let me know if everything sounds good and how you all are doing. I'll wait for everyone to trickle in here. Sounds and looks good. Thank you, Margaret. Hey, Miss L, how are you? Yeah, by next time I'm definitely going to have like an intro screen for the first 15 minutes so that everyone could join. Because it seems like there's just a few people at first and then all of a sudden a wave comes in. I think it's because as soon as we publish, YouTube sends a notification. Hey Pamela, thanks for checking the sound. Jenna, hi from South Coast UK, all sounds good, thank you very much. Buenas noches, Aquarius Sky Clock, thank you very much. I'm over in Spain, so I don't know if you're speaking Spanish normally or if you said that because I'm in Spain, but buenas noches. All right, so, well, this week we have a full moon. It marks the halfway point of the solar eclipse cycle that we had about 2 weeks ago. So that's going to be on Thursday, full moon in Pisces. The last one was, of course, the lunar eclipse, but another full moon in Pisces. We're still waiting on Prometheus software to get set up for those that are waiting. Gavin, the developer, is still working on the software. On getting the server back up. The developer of the software waiting for the server to get back up. Let's see here. Alright, so there it is. So on the 17th full moon, towards the end of Pisces, Pisces being a large constellation, we normally, I wouldn't say normally, but about half the time we do have 2 full moons there, or 2 new moons there in a row. Kim Hayes, have I been to Bilbao? No, actually, just the southern Spain area. So sort of Malaga, Estepona, the kind of southern regions over there. I've been taking up golf lately, so it's a great place for golf. So yeah. So Margaret says, feels like we're finally crawling out of the eclipse portal. Heavy energies dissipating for me. Yeah, I would say so too. Today, however, just had a lot come at me. Felt like I was very busy. If you look at the astrology for today, we have a lot of aspects. So we have some like oppositions to Uranus, some squares with Mars. So today was the exception for me. I know for a lot of you, you're just now getting up, getting your day started. So I would say today's definitely a good day to start your morning routine, right? Maybe a good meditation, maybe some yoga or something in the morning, just to keep things nice and balanced, let's say. because we do have the sun squaring Mars going into tomorrow. And that's really a big part of this eclipse season, the squares to Mars, which is that over and under extreme with that fiery side. So for me, it's coming on strong in terms of like, I feel like I have to be, like I'm just all over the place. And maybe noticing like ups and downs with my frustrations and sort of anger and things like this. So let me know if any of you are experiencing that yet, or depending on where you are in the world. But that's going to be a big part of the full moon, because it will be in a T-square with Mars and also with Pluto. So that's going to be about finding that healthy balance of that fiery side. Proactivity and assertiveness, at the same time being really not attached in the process. Jenna White, yeah, Pisces again. And that's the thing, right? I think with all of this, with all this T-square and all these like Mars aspects, the main theme here is how to incorporate more of that receptivity, take a step back. In retrospect, I think today would have been a great day for me to kind of just not work as much, take a day off. Some days you get so little done and there's so much effort and so much frustration put in things and then nothing flows. Sometimes it's way better to just take a step back, take a day off. Which for me was this kind of a day. I don't know if it's like that for everyone, but Pisces reminds us to take that step back and just have a little bit of peace in our life. Ari Gold, hello family. We are building a little family here, a little community. Kim Hayes, I want to take up golf too. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, highly addictive, definitely a Virgo thing. Virgo is all about perfection and details and refinement. And out of all the things I've tried in life, golf is definitely one of the most OCD things that I've taken up. It takes so much practice, but well worth it, because you put all this work into something and then you see it pay off. You hit a really good shot, or you get a really low score on a hole or something like this, and it makes those hours and days of putting in effort really worth it. And so yeah, it's a very Virgo thing. Even outside of golf, if there's anything that you have right now, anyone has right now, that is where you can put in that kind of refinement and that perfection, that improvement, it's really the time of the year for that. Sunny day for Nova. Machine. Heavy fleeting frustration, and I see others as well. Some of that can't control or recognize it. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad that others are experiencing that too. That's one of the great things about astrology. We get to, we're all in this together, we're all sharing similar energies, and we're all working with it in different ways, Hats off to anyone who is practicing that healthy Pisces right now. But it is nice to see that, others are on the same boat. So thanks for saying that, Machine. Nice to see that I'm not alone in this kind of frustration, kind of an energy that I'm experiencing today. And remembering to not, some of it we just can't control. So Margaret says, yes, those Mars squares can definitely lead to a lot of root chakra stuff. Yeah, that's a great point. Root chakra stuff. That is that more primal side of things, even frustrations or anger. Yeah, so I guess that would be a really good day for grounding. So Joanna will be, my wife Joanna will be having her live stream after this as well. She's getting into, I think today she said, what was it, the more, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the more sleep state thing. That could definitely be helpful for what we're experiencing. Your Best Hopes Wellness, thanks for joining. Albert, hello everyone, I'm new here. Welcome, Albert. Everyone give Albert a welcome. Also, that's Julie, right? Yeah, so Julie lives in a golf community in southern Arizona. Yeah, maybe I will. I do frequent Arizona. Sometimes I've got a friend who lives there. So, yeah, maybe I'll let you know. I've got your email. Welcome, Nova. So Britt Garrett says, in regards to the energies as of late, what does it mean when your lunar nodes, the north and south nodes, align or match up with another person's, like a girlfriend? Yeah, so, when I do synastry now, so synastry is where you're comparing two charts. My go-to thing now is the north and south nodes. It's actually quite crazy how accurate compatibility readings are, in a sense, almost only looking at the nodes. But what I look for is when the nodes are opposite. Now, I'm not saying in order for a relationship to be fulfilling, you need to have opposite nodes. I've seen many a relationship fulfilling without this, but it really is one of the things that when I do see it, it looks really good for relationships. So this is where one person is going where the other person's coming from, right? So if the north nodes are opposite, it means, the north node's next to the other person's south node, the other person's south node's next to the other person's north node. And so where one person's coming from, where one person's already developed, the other person's moving into. And it's extremely helpful because what with our south nodes, we're already doing this stuff sort of automatically or without thinking about it. And it's what we're bringing to the relationship with just our energy, right? The south node. And then if the other person's heading in that direction, you don't have to even try. Just your energy in that relationship is supporting them on their path. And of course, the reverse is true too. The other person is just naturally embodying the energy that you're going towards. And so it's very helpful. I mean, not only helpful, it's so supportive, and so it creates so much glue and so much compatibility. It is very helpful for the life path. Now, if the same nodes, the north nodes, are moving in the same direction, that's also very helpful. I wouldn't say as much personally, but it's basically that you can each support each other. So this is where there needs to be a lot of proactivity in the relationship, because you both need to be actively supporting. It's not just inherently that you're each helping the other in the relationship. This is where you both have to be very mindful and very developed, because the other danger is both of you moving into the south node, because you both have the same south node. So there's actually a stronger pull to get caught up into some of those unhealthy patterns and things with the south node too. So the north node conjunct the north node and synastry can be really good, but you need to make sure that both parties have to be again very much intentional on developing their life path and being mindful of any past life karmic patterns surfacing. So anyways, if anyone wants to check compatibility, you can always go to the website to the chart calculator on the website, masteringthezodiac.com. Margaret, if you could put a link to the chart calculator, you can just type in both your birth details and then see what sign the nodes are in. So for example, if someone has their north node in Pisces, like we have in the sky right now, and then the other person has their south node in Virgo, if they have their north node in Virgo, then the nodes are swapped. If one has north node in Pisces and the other one has north node in, let's say, a square like in Gemini, the life paths are squaring, which is a little more tension. See how that fits with maybe a relationship you're in, a relationship that you've been in, and see if it resonates. See if the relationship between the life paths has symbolized what you've experienced in that relationship, because in my experience, it really does. Council watchers, yes, please hit the like button, everyone. Thank you so much. Kim Hayes is on her way to Arizona to meet up with Julie. Play some golf. Awesome. All right, we have a lot of new visitors. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Jenna White. The Year of Awareness of Sidereal. Yeah, we've seen a lot of awareness come through with even mainstream media starting to talk about it and stuff. Things are definitely on the up and up for true sidereal. And Jenna White says, debate healthy. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so important to recognize that all the systems are, still accurate for what they're intending to be used for. But so many are just not aware that astrology doesn't use the visible sky. It's just really just so many people just not even aware of that. And I think just making people aware that, hey, there is actually, that mainstream astrology doesn't actually use the visible sky, and there is a form of astrology that does. It can be very mind-opening. Everyone here in this community at some point had that, myself included, had that sort of awakening or awareness. And I think that's what I really like to focus on. I think that's being healthy with it, right? So many people have also explored true sidereal, and it's not for them, right? And they sort of went on their own way with it, their own path. But yeah, share the perspective, and it does resonate with a lot of people. So Nova says this morning was overloaded with Martian push and frustration. Yeah, let me know if you're able to manage that, how you managed it. I'm still kind of in the middle of it, so but probably, if you have any practical tips, that would be helpful. Yeah, so Julia also works with the nodes a lot. Yeah, nodes are super powerful. The more I do readings now, the more and more I only look at the nodes when they're asking me certain questions. It's amazing how much is found through the nodes. Why is the north node called the true node? Well, in technical terms, there's different ways of calculating the nodes. So true node technically is saying that we're using the actual location, like the literal moment of the chart location of the nodes. So that's called true node, technically, like in the software. I think Prometheus has it. Yeah, so you can see here, hopefully it's probably very small, but on the very bottom you can see it says true nodes. So we say true node in a technical sense, we're talking about using the actual location. In contrast, there's mean nodes. So mean would be the kind of average of the oscillation, because the nodes are constantly going like this. But I think what you're asking here is more of a mainstream description of it being kind of like your North Star, like true north, true node. I've noticed it become used a lot more and more lately, and I don't know if that's just, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just been something that mainstream astrology has just kind of morphed into into a term. But as far as actual technical astrology goes, it just means we're using the actual location of the nodes. Thanks for the chart calculator, Margaret. So Rob Ville is asking, what does a north node and a fucus mean in the birth chart? So this would be that for you and everyone born in that year, basically, are supposed to be developing a fucus qualities. So it means that the south node is more than likely in Taurus. So you're coming from a past life of being very self-reliant, very grounded, very resourceful, really relying on yourself a lot for a lot of things. And now this life is pushing you towards getting into the real deeper values of life, right? You don't have to do everything on your own anymore. You can rely on others a little bit. you can relax a little more of the kind of physical approach to things, in terms of maybe feeling like you have to do more with resources or money, or get more resources basically, and instead you can focus on those deeper values a little more. And I'm not saying instead as in only do that. South Node in Taurus, you are a self-reliant person. You are connected to the earth and the resources like that, but let all that kind of happen naturally while you then intentionally focus on depth, deeper meaning, deeper values. And this of course leads to healing, so healing, psychology, spirituality, exploring this deeper world. And it'll actually be through all that deeper world and deeper relationships that you will connect with that core you more, and and find what you might call that true sense of self-worth and self-value and groundedness that you probably really want on a deep soul level. Hello, Holly. Thanks for joining. So Margaret says, I feel like this upcoming full moon is going to be cleansing. Yeah, it does feel that way. The full moon will be conjunct Chiron. So Chiron's very much like a fucus that I just mentioned, the healing and all this. But yeah, that is definitely Pisces energy, right? Clearing, creating space, releasing a lot of that Virgo energy with all that detail orientation and stuff. So Machine says, my fiance and I have 16 aspects to and from our north and south nodes, and I felt like a really important puzzle piece clicked in when we found each other. I don't know how you feel about twin flames, but it resonates. Yeah, so, that's all the aspects to the nodes. I'd be very curious, how are your actual nodes aspecting each other? Are they in a conjunction? Are they in an opposition? Are they in a square? So if you could tell me, if you want, like what sign is each of your north nodes are in, and that can help me determine kind of the angular relationship between them. But yeah, if you're noticing a lot of aspects to them, that means they're really playing a big role in your life energy with the other planets for sure. So Britt says north node Leo, south node Aquarius. Yeah, so your life path, Britt, is to really explore more of your self-expression, your creative side. And again, this is a little more collective because it's basically going to be everyone in your year. And with Leo, it's quite a large constellation. So it's actually really spans with the nodes about 2 years. With the north node, 2 years, depending on where it is. So it's a little collective here, but definitely this little generation, or whatever you want to call it, is for you guys to cultivate more of your self-expression, do more of what you love. You're coming from a past life where there was more collective stuff going on, focusing on the world, the future, the community. And now in order to balance all that out, it's really about expressing yourself and doing more of what speaks to your heart. However you might do that. Hobbies, interests, sports, creative outlets, education, media, anything that's about self-expression. So Francesca says, a relative is in a mental hospital and there was a riot today between patients and the staff. Yeah, so we gotta take it easy all collectively here with these Mars squares. We're even seeing this stuff collectively too with like Iran and stuff. So it's all what we make of it. But yeah, all we can really do is just be as mindful and present as we can, working with this energy. So Julie says, cooling the Mars fire with water really helps. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Let the Pisces water cool the Mars fire. And literally, she says, Julie says, getting near bodies of water, taking a bath, hydrating more, that's really helps. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Drink some more water, actually. Maybe I'll take a cold shower after this. Hey, Gift Wrap, great for you to join. We're just chatting. I think it's just talking a lot about the nodes. Talked a little about the full moon coming up. Nothing major. Aquarius Sky Clock says, I am developing a gardening calendar based on the sizes of the constellations, and with that noting different cycles, which will include the different cycles of the moon, including the 18-year node cycle. Wow, that would be awesome. Definitely keep us informed of that. I know most of us in the community would definitely be into that, and I would be very happy to promote that through the community, through the newsletter. So Nova says, I find being aware of the energy and just writing it out while allowing myself venting in whatever way works to help move the energy and release frustration and anger. Awesome. Yeah, being aware of it, letting it flow through me. Gift says, I've been having vivid dreams. Now, where in Virgo, my ascendant, I had 0 dreams. Yeah, that would be the Pisces, I think. Kim Hayes, go Virgo energy. Yeah, I will say it's been quite constructive. Quite constructive month so far. Hey, Council, glad to hear you found me through Crow 777. Awesome. Hopefully I'll be on there maybe in a few months. I tend to go on about twice a year. I'd love to go back. Holly says, my North Node is in Virgo, 2nd house, South Node in Pisces in the 8th house. Yeah, the houses are more personal, by the way. So if you're going to look up the nodes, definitely look up the houses. But yeah, so your North Node's in Virgo, which means you're having a North Node opposition right now because the South Node's in Virgo. So this is definitely an important time for you, Holly, to make these shifts and changes, I think, with the Virgo Pisces balance, right? To balance that work, rest, doing, being that we're all experiencing is probably particularly important for you. Cool, we got 2 North Nodes and Leos. Express yourselves. Group chats is a great way to do that. Fairways and greens. Yeah, so Julie says, check out Phoenix Aurelius. He's got a Spagyrics calendar. Right, so Margaret, if you could do a search on Google for Phoenix Aurelius, like the way Julie just wrote it, Aurelius, and then sidereal calendar, and link everyone to that. That's Phoenix's calendar. So I used to do the planner where it was basically the true sidereal placements every day, and you'd write it, you could use it as a planner. But Phoenix actually made a calendar about it. So I no longer do the planner, but he's got an awesome calendar. And he usually creates the upcoming year's calendar pretty soon, pretty early. I think it's usually like maybe towards the end of November, he should have the next year's calendar, but definitely check that out. Thank you, Margaret. So the link is in the chat. All right, everyone, so we're going to start wrapping up here. That was the 30 minutes. Keep it simple. I got more work to do. Margaret, if you could put the link to Joanna's live stream that she's got for those that want to join her for the meditation practice, mindfulness practice. It's a great day for it. But yeah, thanks everyone for joining. Always great to connect, share experiences, talk about the visible sky. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. See you next week, same time as usual.